Yo, 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 what it is, what it ain't, what it do. Dry Humpin, episode 13. I now understand why a lot of these news shows go on vacation and break. Don't a lot of stuff happen in July. Everybody be outside having fun, not making news. So, we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about. Get in, get out. I have a question. Do y'all remember 2020? Like, do y'all seriously remember what 2020 looked like? In case y'all forgot, we sat at home, we watched way too much porn. This guy, Mr. Joe Exotic, was our leader. You couldn't have a party unless you owned a private jet or an island, or you lived in Florida. We only left our house to protest, or in some cases, protest to protest. And we all learned that we don't have to necessarily see our coworkers every day to get our work done, which may not be a bad thing. But 2020 sucked. 2020 sucked. And if we don't be careful, man, winter 2021, winter 2022 can look very, very similar. This Delta variant is real. People are not getting vaccinated. We are now going back to hospitals being full, people being on ventilators, hospitals needing assistance, getting people on ventilators. We are going in the wrong direction with COVID. So I'm still here to urge people, if you haven't been vaccinated, go get vaccinated. Every other day, something else comes out about the Johnson & Johnson vaccination, which is no longer available. So you don't have to worry about it if you didn't take it. I did. Still don't regret it. We're to a point where we have to start thinking about the future. And people are going to hospitals, sick, dying, on their deathbed, saying they wish they would have got the vaccination. And that's no bueno. That's no good. We're going to move on. We got to take the podcast to Europe. We're going to talk about what happened in London at Wembley Stadium on Sunday, which, this ain't a sports show, remember that, but we're going to talk about the Euro Finals. In the Euro Finals, it was England playing at home versus Italy. Game came down to PKs after they could not decide a winner after the first 120 minutes. And very long story short, in that penalty kick shootout, Italy scored 3 goals, England scored 2. The 3 goals were missed by young black men, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, and Saka. All 3 men are young black men. Saka's 19 years old. He missed the final PK. The guy you see right here hugging his coach. And right after the goals were missed, right after the game ended, predictably, the residents of England ran to social media and to the streets to call these men all types of despicable racial things. Called them monkeys and all types of just racial terms. Marcus Rashford is someone who has raised over $20 million in England to feed children. They made a mural for this man because he did that. It was defaced with racial slurs all over a soccer match. And I know right now people are hurting. People are hurting, and hurt people hurt people. The world is tipped unfair to people who are rich. You're looking at these young men, they're in their teenage years and early 20s. They're living their best lives. They're playing professional soccer on the national team. And people all over the world love to knock celebrities down a peg. I don't understand why people get a kick out of doing that, but they do. And if that's your thing, do it without being racist. There were a lot of moments throughout that game that England could have won that match, and they did not. The fact that England was in a Euro Finals was something that no one predicted going into the tournament. So with that being said, enjoy the moment. I get it. You have not won a trophy, a World Cup or a Euro trophy or any international tournament since the 1950s. But that doesn't give you the right to go out and be racist towards the young men who missed penalty kicks at the end of the game. Blame the coach. Saka has never kicked a penalty kick before in his professional career. Blame the coach for putting him in that situation. Blame the coach for putting a young black man in the situation to where, hey, You're going to be the last penalty kicker of this match. And if it doesn't go your way, we already know how it's going to go down. The moment I saw him standing on the spot, I was like, oh my God, please make this kick. Because if you don't, it's going to be ugly. And thank you, England, for reminding me here in America where we get racism from. Good old Mother England. To go out and give these men hell and attack them racially over a soccer match is completely despicable. It's disgusting. And you bloody well know better, you blokes. Moving on. And we're going to get out of here real quick. I just want to show you this last thing. Speaking of just people hurting, people being fed up. Check this out. This is a BK where the employees had enough. They were tired of it, tired of the lack of pay, tired of not being treated how they felt like they should be treated. We all know, man. Some people who work in fast food get treated like shit. Their managers treat them like shit. The customers treat them like shit. And then the pay is shit. Well, these people had enough. Burger King is closed because we all quit. Y'all want a Whopper, get somebody to come in here and make it. Maybe you'll pay them more. I'm curious as to how this story ends. I didn't dive into it. I just saw this, and I wanted to include it in what we did here. So, there it is. Like I said, I now understand why Bill Maher and Last Week Tonight and The Daily Show and all these people just take the summer off. Not a lot going on. And I'm not going to sit here and yell at politicians just to make an episode. I could have touched on the lady. If you guys did not see the woman who threw a hissy fit in the mall after she tried to hit a black woman and the black woman recorded her trying to hit her, and then all of a sudden she starts crying and carrying on because she's being recorded. I want to talk about that, but I don't want this to be that either where we just find white people doing dumb shit and we highlight it over here. Nah. As a matter of fact, next week we're going to highlight some white people doing some great shit. Anyways, this has been therapeutic for me. I hope you guys got something out of it as well. Until next week, we'll see you then. This has been Dry Humpin'. We will be back next week. Whether the world gives us something to talk about or not, we'll make it through. We're going to do it. We're going to keep going here. Weekly, baby. That's the promise. That's what we're going to do. This ain't a sports show. Check it out. It's coming. And I'll see you guys next week. Have fun.